The ring of sacrifice.
In the heart of Calabar, a city by the rivers of southern Nigeria, lived a young woman named Ekanem. She was admired for her beauty, skin like polish, ebony eyes as bright as the morning sun, and a smile that could stop men in their tracks. But Ekanem's heart was not content. She wanted wealth, luxury, and a life of ease. So when a rich Efik trader named Chief Ekanem asked for her hand in marriage, she accepted without a second thought. She didn't care that he was much older or that she barely knew him. To her, this was the chance to escape her humble life. But what Ekanem didn't know was that Chief Ekanem had a big secret, a secret so dark it would change her life forever. In no time, everything was set and Ekanem got married. It was a grand traditional marriage and white wedding celebration, hosting all the big men and politicians, business tycoons and traders from all over the country. After the wedding, Ekanem moved into Chief Edem's grand mansion. It was like a palace with sparkling chandeliers, expensive rugs, and servants at her beck and call. She wore the finest clothes and ate the richest meal. She was living the dream she had always wanted. But one rule struck her as odd. Chief Ekanem forbade her from entering one particular room in the mansion. "That room is my private space," he said sternly. "You must never go in there, no matter what." Ekanem nodded, pretending to agree, but her curiosity burned like fire. After some few months into the marriage, Ekanem has been hearing some strange noise coming from that room. At first, she ignored the rule. She was too busy enjoying her life. She loved partying, going shopping, and showing off. She wanted everybody to notice her as the wife of one of the richest men in town. One day, Chief Ekanem returned from work very excited. After dinner, they were in the bed together and they were discussing, laughing, and telling each other how their day went. Chief Ekanem talked about a new contract he had just won and promised to take Ekanem to Dubai for holiday after the contract has been finished. And then Ekanem asked again, "About that room, why do you really want me to stay away from the room?" And then suddenly, like a quick flash, Chief Ekanem's voice raised in anger. "I have warned you never to go close to that door, nor enter that room. Do you understand?" Ekanem was surprised at the sudden outburst, and she nodded quietly. The noise kept coming from the forbidden room. Every night, she hears this noise and it becomes worse as the days goes by. It sounded like whispers, followed by soft wails, as if someone or something was crying. Ekanem's fear mixed with curiosity who or what was in that room, and she decided that one night she would go into the room. Exactly 10 months and 3 days later after their marriage, Chief Ekanem left for a business trip. Ekanem stole the key to the forbidden room. That evening, while she lay on her bed, her mind couldn't stop thinking about the secret room, and she decided that it was time to find out the secret. Her hands shook as she unlocked the door and stepped inside. What she saw made her gasp. The room was dark, lit only by candles. In the middle was a shrine with strange carvings, boils of blood and objects she couldn't recognize. But what froze her in place were the portraits hanging on the walls. There were 3 portraits of women in bridal clothes, just like she had worn on her wedding day. Their faces were painted with fear, and beneath each portrait was a golden ring, the same type of ring Ekanem wore on her finger. Suddenly, a chilling realization struck her. These women were Chief Edem's previous wives, and they were all gone. Just as she was about to leave the room, she also saw a picture hanging on a different part of the wall. She almost screamed. But as she turned to open the door, she heard footsteps outside the room. Chief Edem had come back early. "Ekanem!" His voice thundered. "What are you doing in there?" She quickly locked the door from inside, praying he wouldn't break it down. "You shouldn't have done that," he growled. "Now you will join the others." Terrified, Ekanem climbed out of the window, her golden ring catching the moonlight. She ran through the night, her bare feet bleeding from the stones on the path. Ekanem ran to the home of an old oracle in the village. Through tears, she explained everything. The oracle listened carefully, then spoke in a grave tone. Chief Edem is no ordinary man. He is a witch doctor who sacrifices his wife to gain wealth and power. That ring on your finger binds you to him. As long as you wear it, he can find you. Ekanem tried to remove the ring, but it wouldn't budge. The oracle chanted and sprinkled herbs over her finger. Finally, with a sharp tug, the ring fell off. "Take this and bury it far away," the oracle instructed, handing her a small charm for protection, and never return to him. Before Ekanem could leave, Chief Edem appeared at the oracle's home. His eyes were wild with rage. "You think you can escape me?" he snarled. But the oracle stood firm. With a wave of her staff, she summoned a powerful wind that knocked Chief Edem to the ground. He screamed as if his body began to dissolve into ashes. Then the spirits of his past victims had finally come to claim him. Ekanem returned to her family, humbled and grateful to be alive. She vowed never to value wealth over her own safety and happiness again. She spent the rest of her life helping young women understand that true riches come from a kind heart and a peaceful life, not from gold or mansions. Moral lesson. The story of Ekanem teaches us that greed can lead us to dangerous paths. It reminds us to value character over material possessions, for not everything that glitters is gold.